Hi, Sweaty Jen back again. Today's video doesn't really have any topic in particular. I'm more so just going to be discussing some random things, kind of like that life update video I did. So I'll discuss things unrelated to my hyperhidrosis, but inevitably I will touch on my sweating and things of that nature if that's why you do watch my videos. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is this lovely, lovely, lovely lucky bamboo plant. So it's actually different from actual bamboo. I didn't know that until I was like looking up how to care for these plants. I thought they were just bamboo that was put into these little pots. But I found out lucky bamboo is actually a different species of plant. And these plants are supposed to bring luck. The different number of stalks. So, like if you have one bamboo, it brings luck for something different than 2 or 3 or 6 stalks. And you can actually, like, once a stalk gets big enough, I believe you can like cut it and replant it and it'll start growing as another stalk, which is pretty cool. But I wanted to mention this because I have the worst green thumb in the entire world. And for some reason, I'm able to keep this plant alive, green, healthy, and happy. All I do is I pour a little bit of water into this pot like once a week. I use bottled water because I know some of the chemicals in tap water can be a bit harsh on the lucky bamboo plant. So a bottled water, fill it up about once a week, and I can't tell if it's grown or not. I try to tell based on like where this gold zip tie is, but I don't think it's moved. So part of why I wanted to include this is so that like in a year's time or something, I can look and be like, it's the same exact size, or wow, it's actually grown. And I've had this for about 2 months, I want to say. But it's an awesome plant for like if you live somewhere that doesn't get much direct sunlight, or if you're in an office that doesn't get much direct sunlight. It's just nice to have like a little plant. It can help like bring some peace and calm, and it's something to look after. And I don't know, I love plants, but I'm bad at keeping them alive. So I was like, I need to share about the lucky bamboo plant that I have managed not to kill. The next thing I want to talk about is the Kindle. So, I got the Kindle as a present from my husband for Christmas, and I found out about this Kindle because I was chatting with one of my friends from online actually, and they were telling me if you're interested in getting an e-reader, the Kindle Paperwhite is the way to go. It's great cost for what you get. It's a very basic e-reader. You can get like your books on there. It has the dictionary. It has the ink-based screen instead of the LED screen, which is a lot better for your eyes. And so I was interested in it, and I was always kind of like opposed to e-readers. I liked to have like the physical book to flip through the pages, but the e-reader really piqued my interest, and so I mentioned to my husband jokingly, I'm like, hey, if you want to get me a Christmas present, there's this Kindle called the Kindle Paperwhite that looks pretty cool. And so he actually did get it for me for Christmas. And this is what I've been reading the Dexter books on. Right now I am on book 2 of Dexter, and still really, really good, and I am not sick of them by any means. Every night before bed, I read it for like 30 minutes, and then I bring the Kindle with me to my doctor's appointments or to places where I know I'll be waiting for a while. Instead of like browsing through social media and stuff, I'll just break out my Kindle, get some reading done, learn some new vocabulary, because it is so cool. Let me show you. So, like, it has a backlight on it, and it is waterproof. So you can read in the bathtub, which I've yet to be brave enough to do because I don't want to hurt it, but it is waterproof. And then you can read it at night also because it has the backlight. And also, it's awesome. My favorite part about this is like I love to learn new words. I love to expand my vocabulary, and it's so cool because like let's say for example, I didn't know what the word intersection meant. You just hold it, it highlights it, and then you can like add a note or whatever, or it'll bring up the dictionary definition of the word. It'll search for it on Wikipedia, and it will translate words. So it is just awesome. Like, it has everything you could want in an e-reader. I got the blue color, or my husband picked the blue color for me, which I'm happy about. I really like how it feels. It's super lightweight. It's awesome. So I was super opposed to e-readers before, but this thing has changed my mind, and I don't see myself buying many more physical books unless they're books that I kind of collect. So I collect books by Haruki Murakami mostly. And I love owning the physical copies of those books because it's nice to see my collection growing. But in terms of like new series, like the Dexter books or books that people tell me they think I think I'll stick with this Kindle because it's super cool. And I did get a case because I was getting really paranoid about it getting scratched by like my car keys or sharp items in my bag. So I got a case for it, and I think the Kindle was $130. I want to say somewhere around there. And this case was, I want to say, $16. And it's just like a hard shell case with a magnetic clasp to close it. The Kindle just pops right in and out, which I love because when I'm at home, I don't really like to use the case. I like to have it be really light. But when I'm going out somewhere, it's completely protected by this really cute case. And it's awesome. I love it. If you're interested in picking up an e-reader, the Kindle Paperwhite is awesome, and I 10 out of 10 recommend it. The next thing I want to touch on is the video idea I'm working on, which is finances. But somebody in the comments said they were interested in seeing a video about the financial impact on our lives in relation to hyperhidrosis. And I was just like, that is a great idea because I've spent a lot of money trying things, replacing things that I've had ruined or needed because of my hyperhidrosis. And then I was thinking also in that same video, I could also talk about the time and the resources in general. So like time, money, and resources spent just taking care of our hyperhidrosis. I think that video would be really cool. And I've started brainstorming some ideas for that, so it should be coming out soon. It's the next idea that I'm currently working on. If you've got any input about the impact hyperhidrosis has had not only on your finances, but also your resources and your time, please let me know in the comments below. I love to hear your guys' ideas because usually I can completely relate to it and also experienced it. So any ideas you have always helps with my brainstorming process as well. I noticed that I call myself lazy a lot. And I was actually thinking yesterday, am I actually lazy or am I just feeling like I'm lazy? And because yesterday I was feeling pretty lazy because I wanted to sit down and film a video yesterday on Tuesday. But then I spent the whole day doing other things, and by the time I actually felt like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and film, I didn't have what I needed prepared to make like an adequate video for you guys. So I was like, oh, I'm so lazy. Why didn't I get ready for this earlier? Why didn't I do X, Y, and Z so that I could get this video filmed? And I realized I was beating myself up for being lazy, but then I thought back about how I did a lot of cleaning, I did a lot of laundry, I called different offices to take care of a medical bill for my husband, and then even other things that I can't think of. I went to my job and I was just like, why am I like beating myself up for being lazy when like in actuality I got quite a lot done. It might not have been in relation to what I wanted to get done, but I wasn't really lazy, to put it that way. So that's one of my kind of negative self-talk things that I do a lot, I think, is call myself lazy. And I want to change that to a more positive viewpoint. and stop calling myself lazy so much, because I don't think it's so much that I'm lazy. It's just maybe I'm not the best at managing and organizing my time, which I should work on. Dry mouth. Gotta love that glycopyrrolate life. This is just black tea with a splash of milk. It's good. I love tea. I love black tea, green tea, oolong tea, herbal teas. I'll drink pretty much any tea. I love just hot drinks in general. This is kind of room temperature now, but... And coffee, of course. I was actually gonna make a coffee before to have for like while I was filming this, to keep my mouth kind of more moist. Love that word, moist. But the tea was easier, so I just went for tea. And then in regards to all this self-improvement talk, I did start a New Year's resolution and I forgot to bring it in here. It's kind of... So like, you know those big Vase water bottles? They're like a glass water bottle. I use one of those, and since January 1st of 2020, every night before bed, or most nights before bed, I'll write down one thing during the day that made me laugh or made me feel really happy, and I'll put it inside this glass jar. And the idea I have is, so like 365 days of happy memories and laughs will go into this jar. And then maybe on December 31st of 2020, I will just like pour all these papers out into a big bathtub and just like take a bath in my good memories from 2020. That's kind of the idea I have. I'm not sure if like the whole bathtub thing will really work out, but we'll see. I think it's a fun idea anyway. So if you're interested in joining in with me on doing this resolution, all you need to do is take a tiny scrap of paper, write down something happy about the day, funny about the day, something you liked about yourself that day, and just put it into, you know, a bottle, a jar, a box, whatever spare container you have. And at the end of 2020, we will have 365 scraps of paper that bring us joy. And I think that's great. I want to say thank you to my subscribers. I think we're almost at 100 now. And that's just amazing to me that over this short amount of time, we've garnered even more people into our little family, our sweaty family. And I can't believe we're already at 100. So I really want to thank each and every one of you who comes to watch my videos, who subscribe to my channel. I just want to say again, thank you from the bottom of my heart, because all of you guys here subscribing and commenting and everything makes me feel so much less alone. And the first video I ever put out was pretty much me coming from like a place of severe loneliness, saying to everyone out there who has hyperhidrosis watching this that you're not alone, because you guys, the 100 of you, and hopefully more will keep coming, you guys out there have made me feel so much less alone. When I start having breakthrough sweating or thinking about bad memories in relation to my hyperhidrosis, all I have to do is look at my YouTube channel and see all of you guys out there who are completely understanding me. And honestly, before I started this channel, I felt like nobody understood me, nobody would understand me, and that I just needed to figure out a way to shove that hyperhidrosis part of me down and down until she stopped bothering me. But by making this channel and by you guys supporting me, I feel like one of my biggest flaws, my sweating, has now become one of my biggest assets, because I've met so many awesome people. I've received so many kind words. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I wanted to show you guys, well, I guess I could show you like my pill container, and also I wanted to show you the difference between my old dose, which was the 1 milligram pill, and my new dose, which is the 2 milligram pill. When I went to the pharmacy recently, when my prescription got updated, they were like, oh, we got your new prescription for the 2 milligrams, but we haven't gotten like the pills here yet. we do have your 1 milligram prescription ready though, if you want to just take that. And I was like, yeah, why not? I'll take the 1 milligrams and I'll just take 2 of them because that's what I had been doing anyway. And they were like, all right. And so just on Monday, I was able to get the actual 2 milligram pills. So where is it? Okay, here we go. So here's the old 1 milligram. So it's pretty small. I don't know. I could focus it. Yeah. So it's pretty small. And here is the 2 milligram. And as you can see, it's quite a bit bigger. Sorry about my nails. I need to file them. So here's the difference between the two. The 2 is like so much bigger, right? And so I kind of like will mess with my dose at times. So if I feel like I'm really suffering from the side effects of the Glyco, sometimes I'll even like half the dose before bed or whatever. And so with these ones, I might need to do the same. So I kind of like, I asked them, like, would it be possible to just get them all in 1 milligram pills and then I'll take 2 of them? But they were like, here's your pill, deal with it. But yeah, it's fine. I don't mind. But I use this little pill container because I found that I would oftentimes, like, even with an alarm on my phone, I would be like, did I take my medicine or not? And that's kind of like a scary feeling when it's to do with my hyperhidrosis, because the last thing I want to do is like forget to take my pill and be sweating profusely. So I just put like these fun stickers on for no reason one day. But I fill it with my Glyco, and then every day I also take a vitamin C pill and a vitamin D pill, which eerily looks very similar to the 2 milligrams of the Glyco. But yeah, I take all of those each day. That's all I take right now. And then over the weekend, I came down with like a scratchy throat while I was filming my relationships video, and I thought I was just having dry throat from the Glyco. But then that night while I was sleeping, I woke up in the middle of the night with like my left nostril was just dripping profuse, like you know, what comes out of noses. And I kept blowing it and it would not stop coming. So finally and it was tingling a lot too. So I was like, I need to sleep. And I tried to ignore it. And in the morning I woke up and I felt fine. And I was like, maybe I just had a little dust or something in there. But then shortly after waking up, it came back, and all day long the left nostril was going nuts. It was tingling. I had to blow my nose nonstop, and I was like, oh great, like I've got a legit cold here now, don't I? So I pumped up my humidifier and I did a neti pot, which if you haven't heard of it, it's basically like a tiny tea kettle. You put some sea salt solution into it, and then you pour it into one nostril and it comes out the other, and vice versa. And after doing the neti pot, I felt so much better. And the next day I felt like barely sick at all. My nose was fine. I didn't have sore throat or cough or anything. So it was really weird. And I don't know if it was like side effects from the Glyco causing dry sinus issues in my body to try to like overcompensating for it, or if it was a bug, but because I had gotten my flu shot, it was just like very minor and fast passing. But it lasted like 24 hours, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm really happy it didn't last longer, but I've never experienced such a quick cold like that. It was really weird. And ever since I got sick with that, every night I've been sleeping with a humidifier on, and even if I'm just chilling out, if I notice the climate's like really dry, I've been putting the humidifier on, and that seems to be helping with not only like the dry mouth and stuff, but also the dry sinuses. So if you do take Glyco and you don't have a humidifier, definitely I'd recommend investing in one, because I've noticed a big difference in my sinus health just having that extra humidity in the air. So again, sorry this video was kind of rambly. I just wanted to update you guys on what I've been doing and talk a little bit in this in-between space while I work on my next video. I didn't want to just like disappear and then have nothing put out there for you guys. Again, thank you so much for all of the support. I love you guys so much. Please comment down below with anything. Let me know how your week is going. Let me know if you have any ideas for videos that you want to see. Ask me questions. I love to talk to you guys. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. I may see you again before the end of the week based on how well this note gathering from my video idea goes. Anyways, see you soon. Bye.